Are we live?
Yes.
Hello everybody, and welcome to another episode of, the Untitled Sickos Project, where, a bunch of people who, who have microphones choose to flex on people that don't have microphones. And we're here live at the, famous bar that all these NFL players are at, called the Injured Reserve. Who are you people?
Hi, my name is Mr. Unlimited. No, just kidding. My name is Aiden. Luke, please don't send me any more Five Nights at Freddy videos, man. Come on. Come on, man. I already said that you can look at it. Please stop. Please stop.
Why not? You know, her,
Oh no, oh no,
her,
oh no,
her,
oh no.
her,
Oh god, I gotta listen to
her.
Ram Ranch too. I gotta listen to Ram Ranch to cleanse my ears. I gotta listen to Ram Ranch. No wait, I gotta listen to Still by the Ghetto Boys to cleanse my ears. The one
Ladies
from
and
Office
gentlemen,
Space.
we are experiencing ADHD in real time.
Yeah.
Anyways, I am Nick Finney Mantano, and here's a lesson to everyone: be careful when you drive over drain covers. If you drive a car really fucking fast, that drain cover's gonna go flying. And I'll get to that later.
Oh boy.
Anthony Montana,
The
the internet's
F1
busiest
in
F1 nerd.
the F1 in Vegas has probably been the biggest shit show I have ever seen on social media. There's nothing that will ever trump the horrifying, just from what I've seen, it sounds like something that I never want to see again in Vegas.
Who are you?
I'm the master, I'm the host, blah 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 blah.
And I'm Car Sausage, yeah.
Yeah, you guys know who the fuck I am. I'm the host of this grandeur of people. Anyways,
I suppose that's our welcome mat for tonight. Nick Man talks about the F1 in Vegas.
Yeah, might as well get this shit show out of the way, cause yeah, don't be shocked if I'm writing a locale of the week nominatory server tomorrow about this. There's just so much fucking shit that's going on with this event that's been a complete and utter shit show, not just this week, but for months on end, whether it be due to the fact that, like, shit like, the traffic delays and all that people here in Vegas have had to experience for months now because of all the paving, having to pave the strip and stuff, and, having to do all that in 1 year, which results to, basically all the major roads in Vegas having to get paved at the exact same time during certain time periods. So yeah, not a great experience if you're a driver. However, in terms of F1 in Vegas, this is a marquee event. This is a, big event for Liberty Media, who owns F1, also owns the Atlanta Braves, to really, expand F1 even further into the American market, which they've done pretty well over the past couple of years. But I want to, as I talk about this event, as I go into detail what's gone wrong so far, I need to go back to F1 in America, where it started, where it went wrong, where it started again, where it went even more wrong, and how we have gotten to this point. Because there's definitely a lot that has led to this with F1 in America and F1 in Vegas. Because as many motorsport fans will know, this is not the first time that F1 has held a street race in Las Vegas. In fact, they actually did it back in the 1980s. I believe either 1982 or 1983. Okay, it was 1982. They held the Caesars Palace Grand Prix, which was a street circuit race in Las Vegas, Nevada, and it was held in the very how do I say it? This is such a prized venue, let me just tell you that. It was held at the Caesars Palace parking lot. So, yeah, that tells you a lot about F1's situation in terms of how it was doing in America at this time. Which by that I'm saying that, yeah, it wasn't exactly going great. Because, yeah, they tried doing, street races in the 80s and stuff, and Yeah, it didn't exactly go out well. I mean, they tried other places like Long Beach, Dallas, Detroit, and none of those worked out as well as I mean, like all of these circuits basically ended up um, really being quickly moved on upon once they realized, yeah, this isn't working. However, F1 would get new life in America because as we get to the point that we are now, we have to remember that F1 has had multiple opportunities here in America. They would get their second chance in the 2000s at the world famous Indianapolis Motor Speedway. And for the first couple years, things were going great. However, one race in 2005 went so poorly that it basically killed F1 in America for a good span of like 5 years. And I'm not kidding when I say it was a race so fucking disastrous that F1 in America like died for 5 years. And I can even, I will send a video that describes it well because there's so much from that race that can be talked about and honestly feels a bit parallel to what we're seeing in Vegas. However, given how much there's to talk about, I will continue moving on because F1 would get their third chance, and this was in 2012 with the completion of the track Circuit of the Americas, which is in Austin, Texas. And thankfully for F1, this track was without a question their biggest success yet in the American market, and it has become a mainstay of the F1 schedule for the past decade. So really a big success story in terms of CODA and all that and how it's done, and it's a track that's very well received by motorsport fans. However, as the years gone by, and as the years gone by, F1 was definitely looking to expand more into the American market, especially after I would say two major events that really did propel their interest in expanding into the American market. And number one was getting bought by Liberty Media because, yeah, I mean, Liberty Media, rich as hell. I already noted how they also bought the Atlanta Braves around this same time. I mean, well, yeah, I mean, they bought it in the mid-2010s. Yeah, 2016 they bought it, and then the following year they bought the Atlanta Braves. But with this move, this would lead to big expansion in America, which was slow and steady over time. However, Liberty Media would eventually get their big break when they made a deal with Netflix to make a series called Drive to Survive. And this is important because this is a big reason why F1 has gotten so big in America, or at least has seen an increase in popularity these recent years, because what they did that really other sports haven't done is, oh, you know how we can get young people to watch this sport? Let's put a series on Netflix that's definitely kind of fabricated, but also still feels a bit real enough that it really does make you feel interested in watching the sport. And guess what? It worked. Because over the past couple of years, from 2020 to 2022, F1's viewership in terms of young people have like really exploded. It's been a big reason why these past couple of years F1 ratings have risen a lot. And I will say that other series have definitely taken inspiration from Drive to Survive and its success, because NASCAR is looking to do a similar series very soon, and I'm pretty sure the NFL quarterback series, which they did this same year, was kind of loosely based off of Drive to Survive. So you feel the inspiration along different sports. However, in 2022, it was really when F1 would take this into overdrive, because the previous year they had announced a new race would be coming, the Miami Street Race, which was a race held in Miami around the parking lot and the streets of the roads near Miami Stadium. This was a big deal because, oh, look at that, a second event in America, because it needs to be noted, unlike NASCAR, unlike IndyCar, Formula One is a global sport, and it goes to countries all around the world, continents all around the world. So it's very unprecedented when a country gets two races. However, if any country is going to get two races, it's America. However, two races was not where that would stop, because later that year, they would announce the formation of a return to Las Vegas, and this would be the Las Vegas Grand Prix, a race that would get held on the heart of the Strip. Now, obviously, this was I would say the reception to this was pretty mixed, I say. I mean, I say mixed because on one hand, like, there is no question. Racing in the heart of the Las Vegas Strip is going to look incredible. Like, visually, that shit is going to look amazing. And I would say, watching these past 2 days of them practicing and qualifying, it's looked great. I mean, for all the problems that there is that I will get to, the visuals look amazing. However, there was a big problem that many F1 fans had because you also have to remember, this is a racing series and many people are here to see good competitive racing. So there was a big task of, okay, how the hell are we going to make this track, work considering the roads that Vegas have and all that? Well, the track layout was made, and yeah, let's just say it wasn't exactly well received. And I'm mentioning the track layout because I've seen the funny joke that the F1 track layout looks like Spider Pig from the Simpsons movie. I mean,
Spider Pig? Spider Pig.
Whatever a Spider
yeah,
Pig does.
it literally looks exactly like Spider Pig. But
That's
yeah,
funny.
so that was definitely, I feel like, for some people, the first red flag. However, I feel like the red flags would really start to be noticed as the year went on. Not really by like, the wide majority of F1 fans or even like the main demographic, but more so Vegas locals, because for many months now we have been seeing the effects of this Grand Prix. We have been seeing the effects, and while yes, the event itself should be will be a spectacle to say the very least. The process of making that spectacle get to the date that's needed to make it happen has been a pain in the ass, to put it lightly, because as I've noted already this week and last week, traffic jams have probably increased by infinity in America. Well, yeah, America having traffic jams isn't surprising to anyone,
Or
but
more
in
like,
Vegas, yeah, in Vegas, it's gotten bad, like really fucking bad. And for this has been the same case for months now, months and months. Traffic has been absolutely terrible in Vegas, and it's really been due to all the road construction, all the paving that's having to be done, to make the surface, work for these cars. And yeah, it's led to a lot of frustration and major anger from Vegas locals. And I can tell you right now that yeah, that anger has only been building as months goes on. It's not been helped by the fact that as time has gone on, it's like as the months went on, there was many people started to notice how F1 was getting into some issues with businesses around Vegas. Because I remember seeing a New York Post article um, that was about how, yeah, Vegas was basically or like the F1 like management for the Vegas Grand Prix was basically telling people like yeah, so like they were telling some businesses, like some clubs and stuff, like, hey, y'all gotta like fucking pay us or else we're not gonna let you see this fucking race. Like, you better, like, they were threatening back in like July and August, they were threatening to block like Las Vegas clubs race views and all that unless they paid millions in fees, which was yeah, not a great look, I gotta say that. Which doesn't get better when you come to realize these past couple of days some of the tricks that the organizers have been using to block views and all that. But I'll get to that in a bit. But yeah, let's say the relationship between F1 and some of the local Vegas businesses was off to a rocky start, and it was not going to get any better when you consider that prices, hotel prices, casino prices were falling off a cliff for this event because, as I said last week, this event was priced like a fucking inflation on steroids. Let me tell you that this event was priced like inflation was on fucking steroids, and it's not shocking that prices for the event itself ended up falling by like 80%, which is yeah, that's certainly a sign that things are going on. I remember seeing from like Las Vegas locally that the hotel occupancy at one of the top luxury resorts on the strip is only 47%. They expected it to be around 90%. Yeah. So, things were not going great in terms of the relationship between F1 and local businesses and the casinos themselves, and it almost was going to be even worse because, as noted, there was nearly a culinary union strike this past week. Like we were very close to like 35,000 culinary workers across all three casino brands in Vegas going on strike, and if you thought this event was already a disaster, just imagine how much worse it would have been had that gone through. However, because of how much leverage and how big of geniuses the union was for scheduling the deadline right around the F1 event, they did manage to get a deal. So that was great for that. However, we ended up reaching the event itself. This week, we reached the event itself. This past Wednesday night, Thursday night, my bad. Thursday night, F1 finally made its arrival to Vegas on the track, time to get the action going, right after the opening ceremonies that had happened the previous night. And I'll say this, if there's been any positive so far, it's that the visuals of the track, I've already said this, it looks amazing. The visuals look amazing, it's living up to the hype, it's awesome. That is easily the best part of this event so far. But so yeah, let's just describe what happens here, because so you see, F1 usually has like 2 or 3 practice sessions for each race before they go into the qualifying session, which is obviously standard protocol.
Hello?
Hello, everyone.
Hello. I'm just doing my rundown right
The
now.
welcome mat.
Yeah, I'm doing my welcome mat right now.
Woo! All right.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, you're good.
When did we start the stream? Like 5 minutes ago, or?
Yeah. Yeah,
So-
you've been...
Something like
Yeah,
that.
you're good though.
You're
You're
good,
good. We
you're
haven't
good.
done any pick'ems yet. Like you're good. You're good. So I'm just.
Bro, I already lost it. What you talking
Well,
about?
that sucks. Yeah, I know that sucks. However, I do want to get this. I do want to say this because, yeah, having watched this event live while seeing all this shit show happening, it was fucking hilarious seeing the first practice session for this Vegas Grand Prix for this event only lasts 8 minutes. Because you see, this is supposed to last like an hour. There's like an hour of practice for each session. It makes sense. It gives the teams and drivers time to see, okay, what works, what doesn't work with our cars, and you go from there. It literally, the first section, the first time we see the cars go on the track, only lasted 8 fucking minutes.
No.
8 fucking minutes.
They
Because Carlos Sainz, his Ferrari car, drove over a freaking drainage cover, and because of the downforce that the F1 cars generate, it caused the cover to go up and caused his car to partially lift off the fucking ground and cause sparks all around.
Gee.
Imagine lasting less than NASCAR Chicago, bro. But dang.
I know, and I gotta say, it's something that we're making, because there was a lot of, honestly, there were some similarities between this event and that event. However, this event so far has been panning out a lot worse. Let me tell you that. But yeah, and Sands, Ferrari were not the only ones affected by this, because a total of 3 cars ended up getting bit by this fucking drainage cover being a shithead. And yeah, I just find it hilarious because the FIA, for as much scanning as they do, they literally said like, oh yeah, like, here's the thing, they require tracks to pass inspection at least 1 day before the cars are on the track. That's a rule. That is a rule. However, because of the last minute finishes to this track and the track not being closed to traffic until the night previous, the inspection of Vegas was not completed until early in the morning. However, it passed, meaning that the FIA did not note the fact that, oh shit, these drainage covers might fucking fly off because of how fast these cars going. We might want to do something about that. However, they didn't, and 8 minutes, and all it took was 8 fucking minutes for this to go off the rails, and it was fucking hilarious. I mean, I was laughing my fucking ass off when I saw that live. It's like, man, that you gotta be fucking kidding me. It's like, I mean, that's many moments right there. That's a certified F1 moment right there. Certified Vegas infrastructure moment right there. But goddamn, that's fucking hilarious. And
I've listened to songs longer than that.
yeah, like goddamn, it's like, I mean, good lord, it was absolutely hilarious. Let me tell you that. And so this basically leads to an immediate halt of the session and a permanent cancellation of the session. And you have to remember, the next session is only a couple hours later, so F1 basically has to get a lot done in order to make this racing track worth racing on. And I will say, it was very funny watching. It was very funny watching the traffic cams in Vegas, which captured everything that was going on. Seeing all these workers having to, like, there's like at least like 20 workers trying to fix this hole. And yeah, I mean, yeah, it was a shit show. It was as bad of a start as you could imagine. And it was even for the people in the stands who ended up paying hundreds of dollars to be at this just to see 8 minutes of racing action. And yeah.
Started on the food prices.
Oh yeah, food prices, Jesus Christ. And the hat prices. I'm seeing the hats are going out there for like $100.
Hats
Oh,
are.
heck? What?
I mean, think the most I've spent on a hat is like maybe $18. That's what where does I want to know what the hell F1 tends to smoke for whatever pricings they determine, because these are some stuff that are just, it's like, it's more than a ripoff.
Oh yeah, I mean, as I said, like I can see very clear. This whole event is a cash grab on the American market. It's very clearly a fucking cash grab, and I'll be real, F1 has done no favors trying to hide that. Because oh boy, let's get to the fucking fan experience. Because on the first night, I heard about how a pedestrian bridge failed before the first practice. And fans basically had to walk through the Sphere Zone and through the Venetian Hotel just to get to the track. So, yeah, that's not a great start. Not a great start by any means. However, as time went on, things would, only get worse because, yeah, time went on, you know, the delays, I mean, there had been delays going on, you know, like, when is the next practice gonna fucking start? Is it gonna happen? I mean, it did end up happening and stuff, but, yeah, the fan experience itself was, not the greatest, considering... Oh, by the way, I just want to mention this because I heard about this week. The fact that F1 was completely blindsided by the fact that weather in Vegas in like November and stuff at night, it falls into the low 50s and high 40s. They were completely blindsided by that. They were not expecting it to be cold. They were not expecting it to be cold in Vegas, which is hilarious because it gets funnier when you realize the kind of weather they were expecting for this event. They were expecting Qatar weather. Like, hot as Qatar. Like, in November.
You know, rich people are some of the dumbest, just lowest IQ people out there. Like, how does F1 not even have a thing called the weather app that could tell you?
Oh, hey, Google is free. It's free. Use it.
Maybe money. They're too greedy to make common fucking sense.
It's like, oh, you're assuming that Vegas is in a desert, and the fact that summer it gets to, I'm talking Celsius terms, 45 degrees Celsius, and the low is 44. It's.
And by the way,
not
let it be known,
like
they're
that.
holding this race at 10 p.m. our time, 10 p.m. West time.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah, about you guys, but like at night, like if they held this event in like say July, then they have absolutely right to expect the hottest conditions possible. But even Vegas can get cold. It snowed in Vegas at one point last year.
Yeah. And it's just funny because it's like, there was, and oh yeah, I gotta say this, like, yeah, the entire track for like, wherever you're walking, the entire track is like blocked off by like black tarps and stuff. Like they do, like at the escalators, they put up giant like work lights to make it hard for people to see while they're on the escalator, like what the fuck's going on the track, because they are that desperate for like, not having the fans see without paying, which is funny because I just saw today, like, apparently these blackout blinds are like basically see-through when the lights are on, which makes it fucking funny because everyone completely miscalculated.
I'm just gonna say the F1 is, dude. How do people in like Venice, Italy, put up with this? They race in Venice, right? Or am I?
They race around the world, like they race like all over the world. I mean, it's definitely, I would say, most popular in Europe. Let me tell you that. Yeah, I just want to say this because here's where shit really gets bad. Because F1, you see, F1 mistakenly said that, oh yeah, fans can stay up here for like the second practice, which was happening at like 2 a.m. our time, and yeah, it turns out that F1 fucked up the statement because no, fans are not allowed to be in the stands for the second practice, and let's just say a lot of people who waited hours, paid hundreds of dollars for this shit, were very fucking pissed. Like, let me just say that. They were fucking pissed that they were waiting for hours into the early morning just to see nothing. Like, they paid hundreds of dollars and they all they saw was 8 minutes of action. That's it.
Oh my god. Yeah, this is definitely a worthy
worthy recipient of L of the one of the L of the years, man.
L of the week, maybe even L of the year. Yeah.
I'd say it could be like
it's L of the decade, bro. It's the L of the decade, man.
No, it'd be an L of the decade if they never returned to America again because of how bad it was in Vegas.
I will say though, I mean, I will say this, but yeah, that was pretty much a disaster for the first night. That was a fucking disaster. Second night, I will say, the on-track action went pretty well. It went much smoother, went pretty well. You know, did nothing as hilarious as seeing the train cover come up happened again. It actually seemed pretty.
It happened again?
No, it didn't. It didn't come up again. It didn't come up again. However, I do want to say this. I can hear these cars from my house. I can hear these cars driving on the strip from my house.
That's gonna suck to live on the strip, man. I hope that F1, if they're ever to consider such an honorable city, if they could choose Batman Turkey. Can they pick Batman Turkey?
I will say.
Batman.
Yeah, now we get to the whole statement that F1 did, because as you would imagine, considering how many people got screwed over, F1 would have to make a statement about, okay, yeah, this ended horribly. We apologize. It sucks. We'll make sure to give you refunds and all that. We'll make sure to at least try and compensate for all the lost hours that y'all had to deal with this shit. However, the statement came out, and let's just say, here's the funny part. There was no apology, and there was no refunds.
I love F1.
Yeah.
Well, how can people be fans of this? I feel like, here's the thing. For the American side of things, right? They have NASCAR, and NASCAR...
Oh my...
I'd like to think that they treat their fans, better?
I will get to the American market side of it, because I do want to say some things about that. However, let's just sum it up like this. Single day pass holders for Thursday for like F1, like the first practice and the second practice, they sent, they were sent, they were not given a refund, they were not given an apology, but guess what? They were sent a message with a $200 voucher for the race's official store. They were given a $200.
Yo,
thing
look,
for
we
the
can
store,
get
which is
2
funny.
hats with the voucher.
Wow, 2 hats.
We can.
And guess what? It's online only. You can only use it online.
Okay,
What
so here's
the
what I have
hell?
to. Here's what I
Wait,
have to say about
let's
F1.
hold on. Let's take a look at what they can get. Okay, hold on. We need to pause. What can they get at the F1 store? What can they get at Formula One with their $200? Okay, let's take a look at it. Oh, their hats. Okay, they're not that bad. Their hats are like $63 online.
I know, it's just.
It's not
Wow,
terrible.
now you can get 3 hats.
Yeah, it's just so funny because like I'm getting some serious Fallout 76 vibes from this, where it's like, okay, this game sucks ass. We fucked over our fan base. Okay, but hey, we'll give you some credits so you can use it in our in-game store.
I mean, you can get a shirt. There's some shirts that are under. There's some shirts that are under $100. You can get 2. You could get a shirt. Oh, there's 165. You can get there's one shirt you can't get. There's a Ferrari team.
I just want to say, if there's any shirt that sums up the experience so far, if there's any image that sums it up, look in general chat. This sums it up.
Yeah, let me take a look.
Oh God.
Let me take a look.
I went to 8 minutes of the Formula One Las Vegas Grand Prix, and all I got was this fucking T-shirt.
Yeah, it's so fucking funny. Like it sums it up perfectly. Oh, and I forgot to mention. Yeah, F1 penalized the driver. They penalized Carlos Sainz for having his car get fucked over by a drain cover that the FIA incorrectly said was safe to drive over. They penalized him.
I have a better idea. They should raffle off the drain cover as a prize for the fans.
Oh my god, yes. Oh my god, yes.
I already know someone after this is gonna go to Las Vegas and mark where that's at. I know it's like by Flamingo at like the Paris Hotel and all that.
You have to take a picture by there. You have to.
If somehow by some god green earth the Vegas Vipers come back in the so-called XFL/USFL merger, we are all taking a group photo in front of that drain coverage spot.
Yeah. And I also heard that, last night, the casino security on the Las Vegas Strip responded to a parking garage. Like, there were 20 plus people gathered on the upper floor filming the F1 track.
Oh my.
It's like, okay, who at F1 fucking snitched?
Boo.
And like, bro, isn't the point of a street race supposed to, like, get more people from the city to watch it? Than a usual fucking race.
I mean, I just don't know why. If you're F1, right? Why didn't you just use a NASCAR track?
Well, they don't do ovals. Like, they don't do ovals.
I know, because it's so hard to drive in a circle. Or at least, like, I'm pretty sure there's some track in the USA that's close to an F1 standard.
That you can do. Like, here's what I'd say. If F1 wants to go to a fucking American track, go back to Indy. Go to IMS. People want you to go back to Indy.
Because the thing that I feel, especially if you're F1, you're competing with NASCAR, which no matter what, NASCAR there's lots of parody in NASCAR, there's headlines, there's this yada yada yada. I just don't know. Well, yeah, that too. But I don't get why NASCAR just doesn't. Like, NASCAR could have an event and it would trump F1 easily. Like, they would never
Here's
do
my
it because F1 would
let me
sue the hell out of them, but...
let me say this. Hold on, no, let me say this because here's the state of like the American market when it comes to motorsports. Because the way I see it, there's the big three when it comes to motorsports in America and their popularity: NASCAR, IndyCar, and Formula One. These are the big three when it comes to motorsports that race in America. Even though F1 doesn't race that much in America, when they do race, I will say, COTA, they get well over 100,000 people there. That is a sign that, okay, yeah, there is a base here in America that does enjoy this. And I will say, COTA is a damn good track. It's a great track, I'd even argue. And that has been a big reason COTA has become one of the more favorites on the schedule. Now, I want to say, because I mentioned earlier how F1 grew because of Drive to Survive, getting the young audience. Because if we look at the popularity rate, we look at the ratings and all of that, look at attendance and all that. The way I've seen it with over the years, I mean, it's been well documented. It has been well documented how since the mid 2000s, since the recession, and since all the gimmicks have been implemented, NASCAR's popularity has, really not, it's really gone down the toilet for the past decade and a half. Granted, it's stabilized the past 5 years, and attendance has been going up for NASCAR. So it's definitely not at really the worst position that I would argue it was 5 years ago, right after their CEO or their president got arrested for a DUI. So, yeah. However, then you look at IndyCar, which is basically just stable for the time being. I mean, it will likely never be a true challenger for like NASCAR, even though I will say IndyCar, in terms of these three series, who produces the best racing, I would definitely argue IndyCar produces the most exciting racing, because it's basically F1 cars if they could, well, basically open wheel cars if they could race on ovals. And obviously, when that does happen, yeah, it will produce a more exciting product. However, IndyCar at the very least is definitely in a more stable position than they were many years ago. F1, meanwhile, as I said, F1's popularity in the US has been a real roller coaster, and over the past couple of years, it has definitely seen growth. Thanks to the aforementioned Drive to Survive, getting the young audience to support you, and just, really growing, getting better marketing, because I will argue when it comes to marketing, F1, in my opinion, has the best marketing of the three motorsport series I've mentioned. They absolutely have the best marketing, and they have the best presentation of the three, because it's like you see all the action that happens. You are bound to see it, which is a stark contrast to watching NASCAR on Fox nowadays, which is absolutely atrocious to watch. However, 2021 and 2022, F1 saw massive growth. While NASCAR was still the most popular motorsports series in America, F1 was making strong gains, and it was clear that in terms of the young audience, they were the most popular series among the young audience, thanks to some exciting moments. I mean, an incredible 2021 championship race between Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton, and as I keep on mentioning, when you get Netflix involved, you'll get more young people to watch. That's just the way it fucking works. However, this year in particular, it has seen that growth slow down plenty, to the point where there have been ratings falling. Like, ratings have gone down for F1 this year, and I would say it's for a multitude of reasons. I mean, number one, hype is wearing off. I mean, at some point you can argue, well, when you have an audience like Netflix viewers, you can argue that your sport is technically becoming kind of a fad, and all fads are bound to die. However, number two, and I say this is very important as a motorsports fan, the racing product this year has not been good. Like, I'm just going to say it, the racing product this year has definitely been a big downgrade compared to 2022 and especially 2021. It's really, the cars are usually spread out, like, there's not a lot of passing, and it's just not a lot of exciting action that's going on. It's, it really leads to boring races, and it's also not helped when one guy is basically winning all the races because Max Verstappen is basically the Thanos of Formula 1 right now. Like, if you want to, if you want to give a good comparison to Max Verstappen, how he is to F1 right now, just imagine Man City like on steroids. That's how I see it.
Yep.
I was gonna
Or
say the
Bayern
Birdie
Munich.
Cats.
I
Yeah.
think it's more like Bayern Munich because Bayern Munich hasn't fucking lost in 10 years.
Yeah, that's a great comparison right there. But yeah, I mean, so F1's definitely seen factors, and it's shown because while they are still getting like the highest crowds imaginable for events like Coda and even Miami, I will say for Miami and Coda, it definitely took longer sold. And they were even having to drop prices by a good amount to get the tickets sold in time for like the event to be, a success. And I will just say right now, look at what I've seen from Vegas so far. Oh boy, there's a lot of empty seats. And the ticket prices have fallen so much that I don't see F1 making a profit from this event this year. I just don't see how it's possible for them to make a profit from this. Let me tell you that.
Could you argue that after this year, you don't think F1 will return to Vegas, just with just how it's been nothing but disaster after disaster after disaster?
I mean, I think there's a chance of that happening. I'm not ruling it off the table that F1 in Vegas is a one and done. However, considering the fact that they signed a 10-year contract, which I'm sure you can imagine how that makes us Vegas locals feel right now. Yeah, you can imagine how we feel. However, I don't see F1 burning all that money just for a one and done event. However, I've already been hearing rumors that F1 is considering moving the date of the Vegas Grand Prix to a different date, and the rumor I've heard is truly would be comedic because the rumor I'm hearing is that they might move it to like October 17th through the 20th.
Why?
Which is funny because that's on the same weekend as the NASCAR Fall Cup race in Vegas.
Oh my god, they're about to get completely embarrassed again. You know what? This is a genius. These
Do
rich...
they have a fetish for this shit or something?
these rich people, they're onto something, you know? They're onto something. Yeah, let's have the same event going on where it's NASCAR, which is more popular in the USA than F1. Less of a dumpster fire than F1. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Good lord.
Yeah, I mean, just to sum it up, it's like, it's basically, this entire event has been a case of, okay, let's see how much of a cash grab we can get from the city of Vegas, and how much are fans willing to spend here in America, because that's what I've noticed with the ticket prices for American, Grand Prix races, and also just looking at other stuff like menu prices, merchandise prices. It's like the main goal right now from F1 in America is how much money can we get from these people? How much of a profit can we get from running 3 races, at different time periods from the American market? And yeah, I mean, it's as this event has gone as chaotic as I could have imagined. And regardless of how the racing goes, because I mean the race itself should be very interesting considering it's on in 2 hours. Actually 1 hour actually. I can already tell, like, yeah, the off the track like shit show has already been like enough of a shit show to really hurt the reputation of F1 here in the States. And it's really funny considering how last night that people were, recording while they were walking on the bridges, gaining a view, and you have security guards basically yelling at people to keep moving. Like, they're telling people, like, you can't even like stop on the bridges right now. Like, you have to just keep walking, or else the security
Good
guards.
Lord, what a joke.
Yeah, I know. It is an absolute shit show. It's like, I mean, it's not the biggest disaster F1's ever had. I mean, which is really saying something considering F1 when they fuck up big time. But yeah,
Dear
this
Lord.
has still been a complete an utter clown show.
Thank God F1's not coming to Chilliwack anytime soon. Thank God. They can.
Oh,
Oh
God,
God!
imagine
What
if-
if they come to Michigan because of the Oh fuck!
Oh,
I
crap.
don't.
Oh, crap.
I
What if
genuinely.
F1 goes to Oakland? F1 in Oakland.
I
at the abandoned Coliseum.
genuinely don't see it. The Vegas market. Sorry, a market for it in Michigan. Not yet. I do hear they're recovering, but not quite yet. But yeah, sounds
but
like.
The reason I said Michigan is because a lot of people see Detroit as like the birthplace of the automobile. So like,
Oh yeah, I know like IndyCar ran like a street race in Detroit this past year. Like they did do that.
and
But
you know
I
what?
don't
It didn't turn out too bad.
Yeah, because
it
they knew
didn't.
what they were doing. F1 doesn't know what they're doing in the American market. They assume that just because they have an event in one of the most deadliest tourist trap areas, probably during quiet season, like there's families that are going to schools, kids are in university. We have, major sports are going on. Like, I don't know why they just don't do this during the summer. They don't do this, during, reading break. I don't get it. This seems like such like a spring/summer thing to do, but instead they're doing it at a time where it's pretty busy, right? Like, in November, it's like when you're really fully like into the swing of things for school, right? You got another month and a half until winter break comes along. University. If you think just for universities, for young people, a lot of them are going to be writing like very important papers. They're going to be working on their especially this time. They're working on their 15-page papers that they have to that they're doing, or the big assignment that they have to start working on. This is a weird timing for just this market where, and the timing is weird too, 10 p.m. for a race time. That's people's bedtimes. You're only.
I get that they're doing it because of the European market, but also okay, so you're coming to America and you're not gonna have it at a time that would fit the American market. Damn.
It really almost seems like they are they look really down on Americans in general.
Well, because when we have football
Yeah,
in Europe, we have to go to their times. We can't have an NFL in Europe they're very smart. The NFL in Europe, they're very smart. Their games are situated so that way they can it's situated at a time where they can have the most highest probable of attendance out there. They're not having games at 5:30 p.m. on the West Coast. They're not doing that. They're having games that are at 6:30 PST. I don't get why F1 isn't doing the same, judition that the NFL does when they play games in Europe. Even at the NHL in Sweden right now, there's a game that's going to happen at 5 a.m. 5 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I don't know why F1 just doesn't, practice the most common sense in, major sporting events. It seems so reckless and irresponsible and stupid. What a joke.
It's just hilarious that somehow Vegas has Vegas saw what Chicago did with NASCAR in the street race, which I mean the race itself went well, but the whole process of getting to that point was kind of a shit show. They saw that and said, you know what, let's do that, but times it by 100. Let's do that.
Fucking hold my beer and watch this.
Yeah, hold my beer and watch me go.
and now fucking disaster race go burr.
Yeah, this is God damn, this is
It's a
just
10-year contract.
yeah,
I
10-year
mean,
contract.
I genuinely hope that they learn lessons, because if they don't, we're just gonna keep hearing just the stuff that they're trying to pull. Because I bet you what they're gonna try and do next year is they're gonna think of two things. They're gonna think of like a local tax for residents and anybody staying that has to be paid just during the duration for them just to be honored to walk by and have a little glance at the event, which is something that I can see F1 doing.
Basically the Mr. Krabs breathing tax.
Yep. I could see them doing I could totally see them doing that. Or I could see F1 spending a full year working on how they can block civilians who didn't pay for the event. And from their viewpoints of just the race, from the race in general. I mean, it sounds so stupid. It is dumb. I mean, you can't tell Americans what to do. You just
what the
can't.
Fuck is a kilometer?
You can't tell them to not go view something, because what are they going to do? They're going to do the exact opposite of what you intentionally want them to do.
Hey, does everybody remember when that hitchhiking travel bot went to Philadelphia and then it got completely destroyed because Philadelphia happened? That's of what happens when you fuck with the American market.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
That just sounds dumb. Oh my god.
By the way, I just want to say, as I transition to the next topic, I just want to say it is it is hilarious that the freaking A's made that tweet right after the whole drain cover incident happened. Like, they made it right after, and I just see that and I'm like, of all the times you motherfuckers to tweet this out, you choose now?
All I can say is, knowing the A's, I'm not surprised.
Oh boy! I mean, I genuinely hope that this is the last year that they are that they're in Oakland. They need to. I wouldn't even, if I'm even the city, I'd try to kick them out like right now. Make them be a homeless team. Get out of Vegas. Just
force them to play in St. Louis and not even the ballpark. They have to play in the dome.
Not even.
Oh yeah, another thing. As a Giants fan, I hope they don't play in Oracle Park. They're traitors, so they don't deserve to play in an arena of a team that actually chose to stay.
I mean, here's the thing. I mean, San Francisco's the rich boys. Oakland is known as the not rich boys. That's what it came to at the end of the day. Like, Golden State moved from Oakland to San Francisco. Like,
I have a better idea. Wait. I have a better idea. If force them to play in Cal's baseball stadium.
Mm-hmm.
No, even better, Omaha.
In summary, we hate the move. I don't want them to play in Oakland. They've damaged the reputation. It's baseball is forever ruined for hundreds of thousands of people in that whole area.
More like the Oakland A-holes.
Wait, I have a better idea. Move them to fucking Chico. Move them to Chico.
No,
I really hope that what happens after the season, like the 2024 season concludes, like they tell their players, pack your shit, tell ownership, pack your shit, and then they demolish the stadium immediately. That's what immediately needs to happen.
Just what the people just end the misery. Like, don't prolong this any longer.
Like,
just,
the fact that they're talking about playing until, what, 2027? No!
Just get out of there.
Go.
Like, take him to Mexico or something. Just take him on a trip to
fucking
Mexico.
Guangdong.
Send it to Guam. Send it to Guam.
Like, the reputation is it's done, dude.
Give hit him with the Adam Silver and tell him get ready to learn Chinese, buddy.
Like it's. I hate this whole I know no matter what. The owners meeting, it's just to sign it. Everybody was going to vote yes. For the good of baseball, baseball was tainted the minute Oakland shedded their payroll to the first year they did that, not the second year. The first year that Oakland did that, and Oakland was hinting towards, we're going to move. The very first time we say, hey, we need a new stadium, we're gonna bottom out payroll. That was the move that killed baseball in Oakland. And for the good of baseball, they have to get out, and they have to get out fast.
Yeah,
I would say something, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get arrested for saying it.
Yeah, that yes signing was honestly a mercy killing.
There's no owner's gonna go nah. It's for the good. It's the one good thing that all MLB owners have done was get them out, vote unanimously. And then if I'm the MLB owners, I'll be like, yo, you guys need to get out. You guys need to get yourselves out of Oakland. You've tainted the reputation you've tainted baseball's reputation in the city. It's time to get the hell out. John Fisher,
you tainted my balls. How dare you?
John Fisher is famous for tainting baseball and for all of Oaklanders, for everybody. What that man did is just for sports in general, it's the final. I think it's could be the final nail in the coffin where Oakland lost another team. They've lost a team of all 4 major franchises. Although I don't know if we count the Golden Seals, because that was
the Golden Seals.
Yeah.
The Golden Seals basically became the Sharks.
Well, the Sharks are more San Francisco, in my opinion.
San Jose.
It's
San Jose.
San Jose.
So at the very least, it's not as bad as how the A's or the Raiders left them.
Well, the Warriors also don't count as well because it's still SF.
Well, they were in Oakland first, and then
I know, but it's still
Actually, they were in Daly City first. The Warriors were in Daly City first. Seriously.
What I'm trying to reference is...
Oh yeah, the cow.
I'm trying to reference the big football rivalry between San Francisco and Oakland, where people were dying at preseason games. The big reference where many Oaklanders tend to see San Francisco as the rich kid, whereas they're the guy that got everything, and Oakland's this hard luck city that has to they have to deal with the hardship and everything, and seeing them in the prime of the dynasty of the Golden State Warriors pack up and leave to the rich neighborhood, San Francisco. They couldn't even have that. That's my point. That's just my point. I could be wrong. Many Oaklanders could absolutely love the Golden State Warriors, and if I'm wrong on that, that's fine. But I feel that in sports, there's been no city more betrayed than Oakland. They lost their football team. They've lost their baseball team. They lost their football and baseball team in just the worst way possible. They got the divorce. The parents filed for a divorce, but yet they still lived together for the next 2 years. It's just needs to end.
What's worse, being cut time after time, or just being forgettable the whole time?
I say forgettable the whole time.
Okay, so, as a White Sox fan,
you don't even get to talk.
What? Who said that?
That was me. You have 2005.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No one remembers. No one remembers.
I'm just gonna shut up about championships because I got 3. I saw 3.
No,
I was 5 years old, motherfucker.
But really, no one remembers it.
I remembers it, so you don't have to, bitch.
I mean, my whole thing... I mean, White Sox have won a championship. They have that, but they've been... The owner came in, we got what we came for. All right, pack it up. Let's
Well,
start
the
being
Bulls-
cheap.
The Bulls game today was nutter.
Yeah, I know. I made it woke. I made my thoughts woke. I made my thoughts woke queer on the Bulls. I might have to do a
It was
welcome mat on them at
the
some
most
point.
Bulls.
So yeah, there's two bad Jerry's in ownership. You know,
Yeah.
there's Reinsdorf and Jones.
Yeah.
It's. I hate bad owners, but
Have we done pick'ems yet?
we have not done them. We're actually about to get into
It's
them.
Holy
Fine.
shit, we haven't done them yet.
Yeah,
What the
no.
hell?
Well, I mean,
I know.
Yeah, wait.
F1 in
Oh,
Vegas is a
uh,
big topic.
Yeah, I
We're
know.
talking
It's
about
it's
some, Oh no, keep going.
Yeah, it's a pretty big topic. Anyways, we have pick'ems to get to. I think after next week, I should be able to update the records. I think I have them up to date, but I think my numbers are off, so I might have to double check. So you'll have like an updated record next week. Anywho's, who did the worst last week?
I'm already getting 506 sports up. Don't worry.
Alright, yeah, tell us who did the worst last week.
It was I haven't seen. You didn't know Ozza had 3 wrong, and like
Whoa.
Aiden had 3 wrong.
It's a formality at this point.
You got 5 wrong.
Yeah, I know.
Spencer is like the
But
one
hey,
person, like,
Spencer, you're 3-1 to start this week.
Wait, what am I?
am.
You're 3-2.
Okay. If I did not, out of a win, choose the Bengals that day, like 5 minutes before the game, I would be 3-1 as well.
All right.
I mean,
first-
I said, are you sure? You said, yeah, do it. And I was like, what?
I didn't think it would get injured. I didn't think it would happen.
I don't think you need to
Also, I feel like I need to apologize to Nick Man as an Iowa State fan.
Yeah, I know. I have no regrets, but hate to see it.
believe. Yeah. I'm still happy.
Yeah,
with
at
it.
least we're going bowling. Whatever.
There's so many things happening, sports and online wise, that I mean, to be honest, this week has been just amazing.
All right. So, yeah. So the first game of that I'm gonna pick is the Las Vegas Raiders and the Miami Dolphins. See, I think this is a more interesting matchup than it is on paper because, yeah, the Dolphins have looked impressive, but
They're getting Achan back.
But it's only been to teams with a less than 500 record.
But they're getting their top runner back.
No, but I also do not care.
But this team is the thing. I think the thing that I think this matchup is gonna it's safe for me. Like reportedly, like again, this isn't. We're about to see, just how bad a bad or good scenario it is. But reports have come out like the players have completely taken over like the locker room. So it's more of there really just isn't like a quote unquote head coach figure.
Well, I'll also say, like, Josh McDaniels has basically gotten the fucking witch's dead treatment.
Mm-hmm. All right.
And also Antonio Pierce seems to be a pretty good interim head coach, which is
Yeah, he's got the culture going. He's got the culture going. He's got the locker room high right now. It's awesome.
If
That's
I
good
had
to
a
see.
nickel for every time an interim head coach was like miles better than the actual head coach for the Raiders, I'd have 2 nickels. Not a lot, but it's kind of weird that it's happened twice.
No, I don't think this guy's gonna. There's a better option in Jim Harbaugh, but I think he might be fucking off after this year.
Watch them go for Prime.
Brian Flores or
No, Prime.
Coach Prime.
As in Deion Sanders.
really they're 4-7 in Colorado.
Who cares? It's Prime. He's the Raider way, man.
Coach Prime will not do it. He stated why he won't do NFL. He won't have
No,
that.
he's not. He's already stated that he's not joining the NFL. Like what I was saying, he's not joining the NFL anytime soon.
Yeah. And
they'll still name him coach because like it's the Raiders. Like,
well, yeah, I know it's the Raiders. He still wants to coach Shedeur Sanders.
Yeah, he still wants to coach his son.
He wants to coach his son. Shedeur,
like, there's also the other saying that it's not about during this time. I don't think he's going to coach in the NFL ever. That's what I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I could see that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. I'm just thinking more of the 1992 Chicago Bears coach hiring snafu.
No, the snafu was hiring Josh McDaniels again. That already was the snafu.
You remember that
Brian Flores. I don't care about that defensive-minded stuff and everything. Brian Flores knows a lot of people, a lot of connections, and I know she will bring the right offensive coordinators into
it. If anything, I could see like Deion Sanders like moving up to coach a better school unless they become like the class of the Big 12. But then again, baby steps. They have to be bowl eligible first. They have to get bowl eligibility first.
Okay, I'm just gonna say it because look, as much as I would love to see the Raiders win this game, and I think it's possible, I definitely think they have a shot at winning this game. However, the thing I've noticed with Miami, that I feel like many people know how, yeah, they've not beaten like a great team or anything, but like the thing I've noticed is the Dolphins are not exactly a good road team. Let's also say that, like, they're not a good road team, and I've noticed there's a much big difference between the Dolphins at home and the Dolphins on the road. The Dolphins are at home, and considering who they're getting back, the Dolphins are winning this game, so I'm going to Dolphins.
I too take the Dolphins.
I'm gonna take the Raiders because they got that big Raider energy.
I'm gonna say this right now. I'm gonna go with logic and take the Dolphins.
Going Dolphins as well.
Oh.
Alright, Spencer, it's the second game.
By the way, I was thinking of the 99 Bears when they announced that David McGinnis was their new head coach when they hadn't actually hired him. And then
he fucked off.
Oh no, that's not gonna be like social with the power of social media right now.
And then they had to hire Dick Jaron as an emergency.
Except this is the difference is what's the second game? What's the second game? Well,
the second one, I'm gonna go with the Buccaneers and the 49ers. Aiden, I already know which one you're gonna say.
Yeah, already. Yeah,
you're predictable, bro.
I have to move San Francisco from the wild card to this combo. I already have them written down. You have to make me put effort.
Congratulations.
I have to make you do work, Luke.
Anyway, San Francisco.
Yeah.
Going to Niners.
San Fran.
Give me the Bucks.
You're high.
I think that front seven can be really scary at times.
San Francisco's front seven makes me piss my pants. All right, Uzza, Tampa Bay or San Fran?
San Fran is not a good team. Rocky Reed with assistant QB. This is a team that really, without Debo Samuel, don't do anything. Is what a stupid ass Bay Area citizen would say. So I'm going San Francisco.
Alrighty. Upsets. Nix has already used his upset. Yep. I'm just double checking. Alright, I'm going Arizona.
Who are they?
Texans.
Okay, yeah, I'll go Arizona as well.
God damn it, copycat.
You know what? I'm gonna get even higher. I'm gonna say the New York Giants upset the Washington Commanders.
Here we go again.
Jesus Christ. Well, no, here's the thing. Actually, to give them credit, the Commanders have not done well against the Giants.
Hey,
Like,
bro,
it's
hey, Giants beat them. Giants did beat them. However,
it feels like the only team that the Giants can reliably beat is Washington. That's it. That's not crazy. That's not as
It reminds
crazy.
me a lot of the 2016 San Francisco 49ers. How they went 2-14, and guess who those 2 wins were against?
Rams.
Oh, Rams.
The fucking Rams.
Yeah.
We own the fucking Rams. I'm gonna go and eat a giant edible. Actually, no, I have no idea why the fuck they're not favored. Give me the Vikings over the fucking Broncos.
Wait, that's an upset?
That's it.
Yeah.
That
Broncos
is
are
an
favored by 10
upset.
points.
That is an
Wait,
upset.
how many upsets?
Okay. Well, okay, I'll just tell him.
Is it one, do we have 1 upset slot or 2 upset slots?
One.
One.
Okay.
Like, you can just use it for a wild card.
No, it's the reason why it's called an upset is because while they are the underdog, there's a potential chance, right? Like it's less than 50% that you're gonna win that, right? But you want to make your odds as best as you can. That's why I say, yeah, I would also go with Josh Dobbs and the Vikings. I have in Dobbs we trust for my upset.
And you take me, I go.
All right. My wild cards are the LA Rams, and I'm gonna go.
Wait, Chargers against Rams?
No. Rams over the Seahawks. I'm taking the Rams over this to beat Seattle.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
fine, I'll take it. You know what? I'm gonna save my last. I'm gonna save it for last. I want to make sure that no one takes this game, because if someone takes this game, then I'll go something different. I want to try to have some form of difference in the pick. So I'm gonna take Rams my first upset. I want to know what your other Sorry, Rams is my pick. I want to know what your guys' other picks are.
I'm gonna pick the Cowboys and the Lions.
I wanted to pick the Cowboys. Okay.
Aw, buddy.
Damn it! I wanted to see if I can get my easy gubby match. All right, Nick, who are you 2 wild cards?
I'll go. All right, so I'm picking the Chiefs. That's my first wild card, and yeah, you know what? This is shit, who else do I want to pick? I'll go Texans. That's my other wild card.
Okay, Nick. Spencer.
Alright, so for my first one, I'm gonna take the LA Chargers over the Green Bay Packers. And for the other one, I'm gonna take the Buffalo Bills over the New York Jets, because if they can't beat the Jets, it's Grover for them.
All right. Ozza, I need 1 wild card selection, please.
Damn. Alright. I have to hit on this. This is very, very important. 3 and 2. I need 1 team on the line. Bullshit abound. I'm going Steelers here.
All right.
The Steelers are gone to the Super Bowl.
Steelers getting to Super Bowl. All right, now let's see. What are my options now? All right, what have you guys done? I'll take Jacksonville over the Tennessee Titans. Yes, I'll take Jacksonville over the Tennessee Titans, please.
You say that like you're talking to
team
someone.
against wild card.
I say that like as in I could probably change something, but I'm gonna take the Rams over the Seahawks and the Jaguars over the Tennessee Titans. Those are my picks. And now we transition to what Luke wants to talk. What Luke wants to talk about.
Almost. Almost, buddy. We have
We
to talk
forgot.
about.
Oh,
the
right,
weather
Spencer.
report.
Thanks for reminding me. Oregon and Oregon State are playing.
No.
No, what are you talking about? Oh, hey. You're missing one of our biggest and newest segments.
The
Yeah,
weather.
dude.
Well, technically, pick'ems aren't done yet.
Oh, right. Sorry.
Oh, right,
Oh,
because we're
God.
not. Oh yeah.
Okay, so yeah, one pick'ems. Oregon State and Oregon, they're playing each other on Friday.
Okay.
So
Oregon.
Yeah. Oh my god. How do you fuck? My brain's not wanting to work. How do you spell fucking Oregon again?
Oregon.
Just
Thank you.
Jesus fucking Christ! Get a dictionary. Fuck!
Use Google.
Yeah,
My
no,
brother in
get
Christ.
maps. You mean get a
You're
map?
like F1 tiers of stupid right now, bro.
Thank you.
That's not a compliment, you.
You could work for Ferrari at this rate, you fucking dumbass.
Steve, are you taking Oregon or Oregon State?
I'm taking Oregon, by the way.
Okay.
Ugh.
I am taking Oregon as well.
We're all cursing Oregon, right? Oh, I mean, this game doesn't really matter. It's just if Oregon State, because Oregon's what they're still they're 10-1, right? So
Yeah.
Pac-12 is Washington versus Oregon.
Hold on. I know Washington's in.
Washington clinched a spot.
Yeah, Washington clinched tonight. I don't know if Oregon's in just yet. Because I will say, one of our games, Arizona is still in the race right now.
I hope you
But-
realize how much I hate you, Lucas.
Thank you. I hate myself every day. But you're taking Oregon, or are you taking Oregon or Oregon State?
Oregon.
Okay. Well, Spencer, he said Oregon, right? Just one.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. The other game, because there's probably only two. There's only two on my radar, and there probably likely will be two. The biggest game of the regular season slate. Ohio versus Michigan. Let's just get that one out of the way, too.
Oh, like Ohio, like the Bulldogs.
Ohio
Ohio
State.
State.
I said Ohio
It is
State
Ohio
this
State.
time. I said Ohio State this time.
I heard Ohio versus Michigan. I'm like, what?
Yeah, I heard that too.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
wait, what?
fucking MILF.
No,
Hey, you know what? I said it in my head. Ohio State or Michigan?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
you
no.
moron.
I'm
You ignoramus. You horse's ass.
man. They're making fun of my disability. Damn, I feel that.
Hey,
God,
I'm
dummy.
gonna have to go Oregon. No, Ohio State, because I think I mentioned this before. But my old algebra teacher, her kid actually went to Ohio State to play baseball.
Mm.
So yeah, so in honor of her, I will go and choose Ohio State, like always. No, but yeah.
Spencer, whomstith do you choose?
For me, I'm gonna go Ohio State because these guys have always been the Patriots to the Wolverines and Steelers.
Now I think about it. It does
Whom
feel like a
stiff do you
Patriots versus
pick?
Steelers kind of game.
You know what? I mean, personally, I want to see it happen just because it would be fucking hilarious if after all that's happened, all the scandal, all the just media, like, PR, like, shit show that this has been, if they end up losing this game, it would be so fucking funny. And honestly, I kind of want to see it, so I'm picking Michigan.
What?
Aiden, who do you pick?
I'm gonna pick Michigan.
By the way,
As funny as it would be to see happen, to see Michigan beat Ohio State, I think there is a potential blueprint to beat Michigan this year. I mean, Maryland, they have, well, in your opinion, who has just the better QB, Ohio State or Maryland?
Maryland.
Rutgers.
Are you comparing? Are you just comparing them for like
Just pure quarterbacks. Just the two QBs, not the teams. Just the two QBs. Because
That seems awful reductive, you know.
It's Tua's brother. They put up 24 against Michigan. No team has put up more than even hell.
Isn't Maryland's QB Tua's brother?
Yeah, he's been doing really well for them. Like, really good.
Is he freshman or sophomore? I don't remember.
Neither do I.
I'll check.
Because that's what I'm fumbling on. I like to go who has the better quarterback.
Well, here's my thing. Hold on, I'll get to that, but here's my only issue with that argument is the past 2 years, Michigan's beating Ohio State, and the past 2 years, Ohio State's had the better quarterback.
Well, yeah. My comparison is like, does Ohio State have a better quarterback than Maryland right now? That's all I care about. Because I know Maryland won't have the defense like Ohio State does.
No.
They won't. And Maryland will never have the the quality defense that Ohio State has.
And honestly, a lot of Michigan has struggled with in the past as far as beating Ohio State, I'd argue it's more
QB.
It's more the weapons.
Yeah, I do agree with that. The weapons has been an issue for Michigan. However, let it be known, the reason Michigan has won these past 2 years is because of the run game. They've won because they've won the battle of the trenches. And I will say, Ohio State's MVP this season has been their defense. Their defense has been better than last season. I can absolutely say that. And that's why I expect this to be a much closer game than last year. Because, I mean, it was close in the first half, but that second half, shit got ugly for Ohio State. That's really the best way to sum it up. And it's also just these past 2 years, they've lost the battle of the trenches so badly that regardless of who Michigan has at quarterback, they've won the game.
Watch, for example, Ohio State against TCU on that fateful day. If you know what I'm talking about. Like, how really TCU? How do you like that? That was when I knew, like, that defense Ohio State put up last year was abysmal at the second half. It was just not it, and you could see it when they went up against TCU.
Actually, no.
Yeah.
When I saw it last year, when Ohio State's defense was like, when I really noticed that, okay, this defense has some issues, is when they were having trouble. Like, they were having trouble stopping Maryland last year, which is kind of funny, which is ironic considering Michigan played Maryland before they play Ohio State this year. So some irony in that department. But this Ohio State defense is definitely better. And if it plays like it has this season, I can definitely see them winning this game. It's just, after these past 2 years, even though, yes, Ohio State dominated Michigan for the 2010s, these past 2 years, I definitely feel like Ohio State needs to kind of prove that they know how to win the trenches against Michigan again, because there's going to be a lot of pressure on Ryan Day in this game. Like, if he loses this game, oh God, I do not want to imagine how Ohio State fans are going to react.
They're going to want Urban Meyer back, and that's terrifying.
Yeah, they're going to be chanting, "We want Urban" after the game.
Oh God. Him, Mr. Grinder.
It's gonna be just a terrible idea.
Yeah, but yeah, the big game. It's gonna be one hell of a game, all right.
And of course,
that's wait.
But of course, our biggest segment, what gets the asses in the seats?
I know, but hold on.
For God's sake.
I haven't picked something yet.
Okay, pick.
I'll take Ohio State.
Fair enough.
Anyway, what keeps the asses in seats? What everybody has come here for? Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the weather report.
It's fucking raining. That's the weather. That's the weather. In the Bay Area, it's fucking raining.
It's raining penalties. My team won't stop taking fucking penalties.
Yeah, but what's the weather like?
Oh, I haven't been outside.
No, outside! You moron!
My brother in Christ. Google is free!
Oh, right. Sorry. Cold and wet. There you go.
God damn it! Why do I keep coming here?
What happened? I'm sorry, I missed.
Luke being stupid.
Yeah. I glue it out. You know, I cannot resist the temptation of eating glue. Just Elmer's glue. It's fucking delicious. Just saying.
That's you fucking Luke.
Fuck.
All right. What's the weather in Michigan, Spencer? What's the old weather in Michigan?
We actually had a bit of a warm spell pretty recently. We
Cap,
actually,
cap. I'm sorry, keep going.
it was like in the upper mid 60s the other day, and that was like really surprising to me. Like how'd that happen? And but of course it's set to get really cold this upcoming week, and there's even the possibility of snow this Thanksgiving, which that's exciting.
We already had our Thanksgiving.
Yeah, American Thanksgiving. We're not sure what we're gonna do for that episode.
It's on Black Friday, man. Theoretically speaking, but.
All right.
I'll just say, I'll go next. Weather in Vegas, it's really been in like the low 60s. I mean, the lows have been more in like the high 50s, mid to high 40s and all of that. I'm noticing that this upcoming week, it's gonna drop into like the high 50s, and like, you know, lows will fall into the 30s. So, I mean, usual Vegas stuff, usual Vegas weather.
How could F1 not have seen that?
Yeah, just, I mean, only notable fans that F1, the Galaxy brains at F1 thought that they were going to be seeing Qatar weather right now.
Alright, am I next?
Yeah.
Alright, in the city of... What is this the city of? Two Rivers?
The Windy City.
The Windy City. I do not understand how Michigan has been having nice weather, and we are here at low 40s, high 30s. And while it doesn't sound bad, we gotta work out in the cold in my department. So it sucks. And at night, which is worse because it gets colder. It sucks. The weather right now sucks. We haven't had rain. The air is very, very still, and it's hard to breathe. And I just checked the pollution. What kind of pollution rating, like air quality. It's not good. We're really the air quality is kind of really bad. Not as bad as when we had the fire. The fires in Canada when it came down here, but it's pretty bad. But other than that, what I find funny out here is that no one's really complaining at the end. So yeah.
All right.
Who's
so
up?
I believe that's Aiden. It's his turn.
I already said it was raining.
Luke said his.
Like every day of the week.
Well, yeah, this week's been pretty muggy and rainy and cloudy. It's like cold as hell, and I'm literally wearing like a shark starter jacket right now because it's fucking cold.
Oh.
Yeah. The weather.
So,
This
the
has
five-
been the weather
From the
in
5 corners of the country, 5 men have given their
and-
report.
yeah, and we hope one day to take a selfie of the
Of the sewer grate.
the sewer grate.
Yeah. The drain cover. I don't care if I get hit by a
No.
car. I'll make it happen.
Nick,
Mhm.
you have to go to that, like, where that happened, this thing that happened in Vegas.
I
and
know
just
one of
get
my,
that
I know
really
one of my,
fast.
one of my people, like one of the people I talked to in the motorsports chat in the tree server, he's going. Like who's in Vegas, who lives in Vegas, he's going. Like he's gonna get the photo afterwards. It's gonna be glorious.
They're gonna have to literally just close off the streets because of the amount of people that's gonna take a photo of it.
Yeah, it's gonna be a
Oh,
Google
uh,
landmark.
Hell yeah, that's gonna be just. We'll find a way to do something. We'll find a way to do something. But yeah. Anyways, kind of this next subject that I wanted to talk about. It's time that I actually talk about the Seahawks in a more serious light.
Oh, I thought you were gonna finally address your condition.
Mariners addiction, huh?
Oh, I mean, yeah, yada yada yada. Mariners made a fucking trade. It's another fucking rehab fucking project. Oh boy, we just gave up Campbell. I don't give a shit about that. Anyways, the Seahawks. The season's done. It's over. It's Jover. It's Mahover. It's Janover. It's Carroll over. It's
happened?
I just looked at the next 5 opponents that we're playing against. We're done. The season's over. It's.
I won't lie.
Oh.
The Seahawks are just mediocre. I mean,
This team is so 9-8 that it hurts, but I don't even think we'll have that honor of not going 9-8. We won't even have the distinction, the pleasure of going 9-8 this year. I think we're finishing 6-11.
Who are you facing? What's the next 5?
We got the Rams on the road, which we just completely shut down offensively in the first game of the season. Sure, the Rams are starting. I don't care. And we got Brett
Carson
Rippon.
Wentz, I think.
Carson Wentz.
Oh, no, you're winning. You're winning. Come on.
Like, I
Carson
don't think
Wentz-
defense. I don't think offensively we can do anything. Gino's been making too many mistakes on offense, too many turnovers. He's trying to do too much, and if he can't do it at a level, well, you know what? I'm totally okay with us just tanking the rest of the season. But anyways, our opponents, the Niners twice,
Ooh.
Also,
Cowboys, Eagles.
Oh no.
Yikes.
yeah, you play the Cowboys on the road. That's not gonna have the chance to shit himself in Seattle this time. So yeah, it makes it fun.
And on top of that, like, sure we have like the Titans. Titans are not a threat. Titans are a joke. We got the Titans. But we have to play against the Steelers, and I think the Cardinals. They're gonna be going. Kyler's gonna be going all out at the end of the day. He's gonna go all out to make sure that he is the Cardinals' starting quarterback. He ain't nobody else's starting quarterback.
Nobody fucks with Stuart Little, man.
Yeah, exactly. So my epiphany is, this is it. We're done. The season's over. I hate to be doomerism, be like, hey, bro, you don't know. We could pull some shenanigans. I'd like to welcome Michael Penix Jr. to our organization, just as we've been willing into existence. I hope.
You mean Michael Penis Jr.?
Michael Penix Penis
Bo
Jr.
You're getting Bo Nick. Come on.
No, shut up. I don't want Bo Nix.
Don't get him. Shut up.
No.
The Washington bias hits so hard. They're like, I don't want my rival,
No, I don't want Bo Nix. More like Bo bitch.
Yeah, Bill Dixon, Michael Penis Jr. Bro.
Although I would not mind other QBs. Our other QBs I'm okay with. But I'm Bo Nix. I'm not high
You're
on Bo
getting
Nix.
Kirk Cousins, and you're gonna like it.
You got a chance to
Yeah.
you have a chance to draft for the number 1 overall pick. You know, just remember all those picks you got from trading away Russell Westbrook. Where
Wilson?
no,
Will. You got the first name right. Got the first name
You're having
right.
a Luke moment right now.
See?
Wilson,
Unlike
we're gonna
you.
do- we're gonna demand that and more. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Seattle's trading for first overall. I still think it's the first 2 quarterbacks this year are easily good. It's Caleb Williams and Drake May, but I think Penix is putting a name for himself. That's
I have no faith in Caleb Williams.
I mean, I did mention this to Neil the other day. It's like I told him that I think Caleb Williams, like, the best and worst place for him to go to would be Chicago.
Yeah.
Like, imagine if Caleb Williams had a defense. He can take over games offensively. Now, imagine if he had a defensive culture to surround himself with, and they get an offensive head coach. Bad news is they can always hit. The bad news is he can hit wrong, and the defense goes to shit, and Caleb Williams doesn't develop well. Like, they completely
Well, yeah, I'll also say,
misfire.
just seeing USC, let me just say, seeing USC, this team has given up. Like, they're done. They've given up on the season. They're punting it. Caleb Williams has played his last college football game, and he will be, his next football game will be in the National Football League.
It will be.
Here's the funny thing. That last year, when I was talking to some people about quarterbacks, before the draft, last year's draft, and what's gonna happen next year, I was like, out of all these quarterbacks, CJ Stroud's the best one in my eyes. Like, literally, when I saw that game against TCU, he was calm, composed, making beautiful throws. I was like,
Mean
that looks
Georgia.
like an NFL.
Yeah, so Ohio State played Georgia last year in the playoff.
Yeah.
Oh.
It was
Oh, yeah,
Michigan
yeah,
that played
right.
TCU.
No, wait.
Yeah.
I think it was Ohio State that went against TCU, and then Michigan, Georgia, no?
No, it was Michigan versus TCU and Ohio State versus Georgia.
I don't
And
think
then
it was Michigan, TCU. 'Cause I
And then
wanted-
Georgia beat the piss out of TCU in the championship.
Wait. All right, I'm gonna fact check this. Can we fact check this? I feel like that can't be.
No,
My
it's
life is a lie.
true.
It's
It
true.
is, because Ohio State lost to Georgia at midnight on that missed field goal.
Oh, you're right. Okay, but anyway, he was carving up that defense, that Georgia
Oh yeah, he
defense.
was. For
Oh,
sure.
like, that was beautiful. And I mean, that's when I was like, I think this guy's got the best potential out of any quarterback in the next 2 years to be a superstar. And look what he is. And no one listened to me. They were booing me, but I was right. At the end of it all, I was right.
I mean, at the end of it, like, from what we saw, like, we said it could either go 1 or 2. Like, it
Well,
could either
and
go
you know
1.
what?
But
I'm gonna keep smoking this crack because it is some tasty shit. But Caleb Williams to me screams the next big New York Jets bust.
he's not going to New York. He's not going to New York. No.
No, I feel like that's more of a Drake May. I feel like that's Drake May.
Here's the thing. Unironically, just purely unironically, if the Jets were up high enough to be able to draft Caleb Williams, I genuinely feel that this is unironically the best to happen. Because guess who's going to marinate for a year? They're starting Aaron Rodgers. If the Jets drafted Caleb Williams, he's going to be marinating for a full season behind Aaron Rodgers. He's not going to see the field year 1. That's the last
He's gonna be
game.
turning to Jordan Love.
Jordan Love, but here's the thing. Jordan Love wasn't drafted with that much of a ceiling. Whereas Caleb Williams has a higher ceiling and he learns the offense. I feel
I understand that. I understand we're talking about the Jets. Well, I just find it funny that we're completely ignoring the fact that it feels like there's a very good chance, there's a very strong chance that the New York Giants are going to get the #1 pick.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the other New York team. I
Yeah,
suppose it is
them.
time for a change for what New York team ruins their quarterback.
Look, here's the
Because
thing.
then in that case, I agree. I think probably the second likely spot for him to fail at would be the New York Giants because they don't. I think they've got a bunch of like scrappy players and no stars. Their only star is Logan Thomas and
That's the
Saquon
Commanders.
Barkley.
Logan Thomas is the Commanders.
Who the?
Yeah.
You're thinking of maybe
Darren
Darren Waller, I think.
No.
Yeah,
The tackle. The tackle.
Andrew Thomas.
Andrew Thomas. Sorry,
Andrew Thomas.
Andrew Thomas.
Andrew
Yeah.
Thomas.
Yeah.
Those are like they're two.
I thought you were talking about Evan Neal.
No. I was talking about Andrew Thomas. Andrew Thomas is a stud, and it is Saquon Barkley. They don't have anybody else.
Alright, so if we go by division, AFC East, the Patriots have the best chance to take Caleb Williams. AFC North,
I feel, ironically, it's weirdly a match made in heaven, but it's something that I feel like could be, just a not good fit because Bill O'Brien, I think he's lost his touch when it comes to developing guys, and I don't think
I can see that. Yeah.
I don't think they would even draft him because Belichick's still more on his let's go find what grocery store clerk I can turn into a scrappy player. Like, I think the age of just scrappy practice squad fodder it's not there anymore.
Well, that's
All I'll
not
say is
true.
all I know about New England is that Matt Jones is not going to be their guy next year because
I-
he's done.
I'm gonna say that's right. Jake Bobo was back to squad.
Jake Bobo, thank God he's not a Patriot. He would not see the fucking field.
That was some.
Oh, you're talking specifically about the Patriots because I was going to start bringing up guys like Josh Dobbs and Ivan Pace.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're talking the Patriots. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so AFC North, I don't see anyone tanking for the #1. AFC West.
South?
Oh, South? What we got? Not the Titans.
Titans are good. Titans like Will Levis right now. I don't think they would draft another quarterback for the third year in a row.
I know. It's just,
do well. I actually think he could do well.
Yeah, they like Will Levis so far.
Not Texans and not the Colts. So South is clear. So that means wait. Was that the South or was that the West?
Yeah, it's the South though. It's the South.
that's the
So
South.
AFC West. Raiders, probably, maybe if they're gonna go a new regime, clean slate, everything. Like that's what it feels like. I feel like after the season, they're gonna wipe everything clean. The Raiders. Like that's the genuine feeling I get.
Well, Aiden O'Connell is gonna have having his audition. It's now they're just
Yeah,
evaluating everything.
They're just evaluating things. I mean, they'll see what happens with this regime and all. Well, the players, the regime, like the coaching staff and all that.
Think about it.
I don't think the Raiders are gonna be low enough though. They're 5-5 right now. I don't think they're gonna fall low enough. Like, I think they're either gonna get Penix, May, or Jordan Travis.
Here's the thing: they had Travis got injured, and I saw the injury. It was
Yeah, it was bad.
It's bad.
Really fucking bad.
Here's the thing: though. The Raiders have to literally nuke the roster because when we've tried to see the Raiders, 2015, right? The beginning point, then the regime changed, and they kept the players of the old regime. The new regime didn't work, and then it's next regime, and they keep the old players. It's like we are in that level of stagnation, and the roots of it run deep. That blowing it up, starting from fresh, really fresh, is the best course of action.
Yeah, but think about who you're talking about.
Well, here's the thing. I view the Raiders right now, and honestly, I just thought this in my head. I view the Raiders, honestly, the same way I view the Detroit Pistons in terms of their timeline, having won titles, but also basically being irrelevant for almost 20 years now.
But at least the Pistons did wipe the slate clean at one point.
Yeah.
You know?
It's just they suck ass at building it.
It's like even like if you look at it, even just the Raiders in general, if you just go back to all the slates that they've built up and have taken down because like one thing didn't go just their way, you know.
I'm just gonna
But
say
it
it. Look,
happened.
I'm just gonna say, I just want to say, like, about teams that could tank for Caleb. Look, I don't see them getting him, but I'm just gonna say, if they lose tomorrow, I can see, I genuinely think the Rams are gonna enter the mix.
Oh yeah, because they have their first.
That'd be hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, and look, the Rams have looked really fucking bad. Like, that Packers game was atrocious.
That was an atrocity. Like you can't do. I know you can't do much with Brett Rippon as your quarterback, but the fact that yet again the Rams didn't yet again the thing that is just slightly holds me back is that Matthew Stafford contract, and it seems like the Rams are going to be forced to cut him if it's the case where they
all that dead cap.
Yeah. And they're not afraid.
Although Matthew Stafford has said, "I'm very much not gonna retire. I still want to keep going," and it's like, dude, fucking look at yourself.
Won a Super Bowl. There could be worse ways to go.
Southwest Raiders is the only team I believe.
Maybe the Broncos, but I think the Broncos are about to turn it around and scratch out a classic Sean Payton 8-9 record.
Yeah. All right. So now we go to the NFC North. The Giants, as we said.
That's the East.
East.
That's the East.
Wait, that's
Giants are NFC East.
Yeah.
East, the Giants. The other, I really don't see the Commanders.
No, Sam Howell's the guy. Like we said
Howell's
he
the guy.
was, Azza. Like we said he would be.
But this defense is so fucking inconsistent.
I mean, they've got 5 picks in the potential top 100. I'm pretty sure they'll be fine.
Get a new defensive coordinator, though.
Yeah, Jack till January 6th. No, wait, hang on. January 6th Jack is not it.
Yeah, we know.
Also, on top of that, I'm hearing a stupid rumor that the Commanders are going to try and trade for Bill Belichick.
What?
I've been hearing dumb shit. I've been hearing dumb shit that the Patriots are going to cut Belichick after this season, and I'm like, no, he's not.
If I were to go with anybody to be a defensive coordinator, I'd maybe consider Mike Zimmer.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
But it feels like that the next coach of the Commanders is Eric Bieniemy. Like, look what he's done with Sam Howell.
Yeah,
right.
Bieniemy's definitely their next coach. Like,
Bieniemy,
it's such a poorly kept secret that he's gonna be their next coach.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I'm just talking about defensive coordinator.
Yeah, defensive coordinator. I agree with you.
What if the Cowboys trade for the first
Jack
overall
Del
pick?
Rio? Oh my god, I hate Jack Del Rio.
Yeah.
Jack
Del-
Rio.
Jack Del Rio.
There's a reason I called him January 6th Jack.
Yeah, you're right.
NFC North.
The North. I see the Bears. The most volatile would be the Bears.
I mean, the Bears
I
have
don't
two
know.
first rounders. That's pretty much pretty much a
we have
given.
2 picks.
You got 2 picks because there's 2 things that really just come to it. The Bears will be in the best position possible since this is theoretically they could go down 2 paths with this one. They trade the first overall pick again. I don't think they get as good as returns they did last time around, but still very funny and based at the same time. They either draft their quarterback and you get a really good offensive lineman and you have the potential of a really solid offensive lineman for a quarterback to play behind. I like it a lot. I like
I
it a
just
whole lot.
realized that the Bears have the potential to become the next Oklahoma City Thunder in terms of picks.
Mm-hmm. The Bears could make like Bandits again just because of how bad Carolina has been, and they can if they choose like if Justin Fields completely balls out for the next few weeks. You guess what the Bears get to dangle like keys again. Who wants this pick again?
Yeah.
They can dangle that again, and that's just more assets.
Pulse is eating right now. King
Mhm.
Pulse has done it again.
The Sweat trade has worked out quite well.
Yeah, and we extended him.
Sweat's done a good. I think Bears and defensive players like linebackers or edge rushers. I think they will work out really well just because the Bears have like a really great culture and like a defensive front seven. That's just what I see the Bears as just generally.
Yeah, like the Bears and defensive players go together like peanut butter and jelly.
Mm-hmm.
North, we got
Packers. I mean, maybe.
Nah, they're just
They're mid.
What is he gonna do next?
bad. They're bad enough that I can laugh at them, but they're good enough that I can laugh at them that they won't get a good quarterback with their pick.
I mean,
Wait, what about the?
here's the thing: if they finish 4-11, I could see 4-13, I could see them getting in the top 3, and they'll get Drake May.
Oh, but I want to laugh at the Packers, man.
Don't get me wrong.
Hey, Packers are good again. They can get typed by the Niners in the playoffs again.
Like even if like for the Vikings, like I could still like my spiels. West, it's Arizona. It's Kyler Murray's audition to stay on the team. I think if they don't want to, they can't salary dump him somewhere. They're just gonna cut him. I think Murray gets cut if he doesn't play well. But Murray, I mean, look at last week.
Jets.
Where do you suppose
Falcons? Yeah.
But yeah, Arizona could be one. Rams, as you said.
Yeah.
Seahawks, like they should try.
I'm okay punting the rest. I'm okay losing every single game. Anything for Michael Penix Jr. Geno Smith is not the future. Unless Drew Lock balls out like within the last 4 games of the year, but
Drew Lock is a horse cock.
I don't know. Geno doesn't. I don't think Geno has the ick factor anymore. It's a nice, fun year, but the guy is Ryan Fitzpatrick.
What else?
No, even worse. He's Blake Bortles.
No. He's Fitzpatrick.
That's the West. Alright, what about the NFC South?
Falcons, Buccaneers, but
Saints.
like the Saints, and I feel like the Saints are gonna win the division.
Right there. Look at that big ass rat. Look at these Chicago rats, bro. Hey, wait, you're going under my house? Where are you going?
I didn't think Chicago had big rats, but
Big ass rat.
I thought that was more of a New York thing.
Oh no, Woodstone Pete. Well, from where they built our new apartments out, like they tore down like an old strip club. Yeah, I'm living in a building that used to be a strip club, by the way. They tore the building down, then they built it back up. That's scared all the rats to across the street in the building in the restaurant right next to it, right where I worked at. The worst gut-wrenching sight that I saw was I was bringing pups up to the front, and I see this big-ass rat darting across the restaurant. I'm like, yeah, I think I'm done.
Oh, I thought it was like you saw like some ghost boobies because it was a haunted strip club.
No. It was at work. It's not.
Guys, I just want to say I was muted because I was watching. I wanted to see the opening of the race itself, and I just want to say 3 cars ate shit on turn 1.
Oh my god!
It's sorry. The F1 is doing
not severe damage, but 3 cars just turned. So
okay,
yeah.
I know who should draft Caleb Williams, Formula 1. Maybe that'll help solve their fucking attendance problem.
Oy vey. Oy
Alright.
vey, man.
Alright. I'll leave, guys. It's midnight, and I gotta get to sleep because the grind starts once again tomorrow.
Alright,
Alright.
man.
Cool
Take
Steph,
Good
care.
cool
seeing
Steph.
you.
Yeah.
Night night, bro. Night night.
Broncos
Yeah, good
country.
night, guys.
Night night.
Yep.
Alright.
So yeah,
Hey,
that
thank you for this amazing night.
no problem, buddy.
Yeah.
No problem.
Great way to cap it off.
You can take
Great
it
way,
from here.
great way to cap it off. Alright, see you guys.
See ya.
Bye.
But
I mean, I look at it just purely just at the end of the day. I don't think Seattle's making the playoffs this year. I think the season's gonna could turn sour very quickly, and I hope I'm wrong. But from what my gut tells me, oh boy. Oh boy. I don't like this 5-game stretch. And we have the Steelers too. Kind of to rub salt in the wound, we have to, somehow beat the voodoo magic of Mike Tomlin on top of that too. So,
yeah, not great.
not great. But hey, it means I get to observe everybody, devouring each other, which is just a-okay.
Yeah. So you got to talk about the Seahawks. I believe it's time for the Gold Rush with Aiden. I don't know his last name.
I don't know it either.
Aiden No Sharks fan. That's his name. Aiden No Sharks fan. Where are you, Aiden? Mr. Aiden No Sharks fan?
Hey, guys, I just want to say, I mean, because of what's going on, I just want to say I might hop off early because I do want to just, see how much of a shit show this is. However, I do want to bring up one thing in case before I go, because I'm actually going to go outside and record, the direction of, the severe, because I can hear the cars right now, even through my headphones. I can hear the cars right now. I do just want to bring up one thing. If you are a head coach, if you are a football head coach, it doesn't matter what level you're coaching. It doesn't matter how much prestige you have, how many wins, how many losses you have. Just know you're going to be getting a call from Texas A&M soon.
All right.
Oh yeah.
Do you have a quick little thing to say about the Bears?
Next 7 games are gonna be definitely the make or break time for Justin Fields. I mean, I'm not expecting much, honestly. I just see this team probably just not limping, but more just finishing the season out. Maybe probably around 5 wins or something. I see this team being a 5-win team, maybe 6 at the most. But considering our history against, well, at least considering how he's done against the Lions, which hasn't been great, I'm not exactly expecting great things tomorrow. Though I will say I am still happy to see him back out there. At least I am happy that he at least gets another chance this season. Because I would have hated for that injury to just completely kill any playing time he got to see this season. But yeah, I mean, the Bears right now, I mean, it's as I said, our last game, I really felt said more about the Panthers than it did us, so it's other than that, I don't really have more to talk about with this team, but, yeah, that sums it up well.
This has been the, I don't know, what do you call your segment?
Vegas guy rants, I guess.
Because, we all have our, I got the skull rant, That's really the only one I can think of.
All right, so back to the Golden Rush. Apart from saying we back, all I gotta say is we do have to mourn a fallen comrade, Christian McCaffrey's touchdown streak. The touchdown streak sacrificed itself to bring us victory. Maybe honor its soul by completely piping the fucking Jaguars in a huge fucking route that made everyone say, "Oh, we back. This team is fucking scary." Anyways, about this team. I had my thoughts about what's his face, Steve Wilkes going down to the sidelines. I thought since Wilkes was like a defensive backs guy, it would kind of not be his style because he needs to see the field. But I'll be honest, seeing how he hyped up I think it was Mooney Ward or Diamador Leno. I think it was Ward who broke up that pass that forced the Jags to only score one field goal. The way he hyped up that team, that was great. That was amazing. Like, there's one thing that Salah and Ryans had that that when they were in the sidelines, they were able to hype up their players. And honestly, from a psychological standpoint, that's amazing. I think that's amazing, yo. And what else? Offensively, I know people are gonna say, "Oh, we're too reliant on Debo and Trent," but the thing with the Niners isn't so much losing one player, but losing a specific player, but it's just we have a lot of complementary pieces. Like the Niners are like a machine. They got a bunch of parts, and if one of those parts is off the haywire, stuff goes wrong. But yeah. But other than that, great performance. A lot of people did their jobs. A lot of people executed well. And I'm gonna say this. I think there's one more thing. There's one thing about Brock Purdy I've noticed. Dude must have strong legs because he's got balls of steel. I gotta tell you that. Like, first of all, made a very risky pass to Brandon Ayuk. That's probably one of his worst decisions, and it ended up being a touchdown. Second touchdown, dude was kind of like pressured on all sides by the Jags defense. A dot to Kittle for a touchdown. I mean, let's be honest. His nickname, Big Rooster Brock. Maybe there's some fact to it, because dude's got all the steel, man. Anyways, and also another surprise I've had was, even if Aaron Banks out, John Feliciano's been a great fill-in at interior line. I still think our biggest issue might be right tackle. McKivitz has been mid at best, and honestly, I think having Purdy might be a godsend for his O-line, because dude can make throws even when he's fucking pressured on all sides. I don't know if it's sustainable. That's something we gotta look into, but hey, we'll take what we have. And back to the defense. I know I talked about Steve Wilson being a sideline, but you know who else made a big impact? Chase Young. One thing about Bosa isn't the fact he played badly. It's just he needed someone to distract from him and Hargrave. And having Chase Young on one side and Bosa on the other side, and Hargrave and Armstead in the middle, how the fuck do you stop that? Who the fuck do you block? Block them all, you might end up getting blitzed by Warner or Hufanga. Again, complementary. I know I mentioned complementary football and teamwork a lot, but you know what? Football's a fucking team sport, and we played it like that.
I think Luke summed it up best when he said burp.
Sorry.
Yep. Yeah, that's basically how other teams feel when they have to face us at our best. Now here's the one big asterisk. We gotta be healthy. And honestly, if health fucks us over, we may have to consider, changes in our training staff. But you know what? Let's not worry about that. We back, baby. We good, y'all. And we get to meet each other on Thanksgiving, Luke. May the best team win.
I wish you didn't have. I wish you secretly hated your family, so you and I could selfishly watch this game. No, I hope you have a good time, a good Thanksgiving. Why does this game have to be on Thanksgiving? I'd rather you and I just tell each other to go F each other the whole night. That's all I want. All I want is like a bloodbath between you and I.
Hate sex.
Yes!
Okay, listen, I know, I hope this doesn't sound like I'm cheating on the Seahawks as a rival, but I'll be honest, I hate the Rams more than I hate the Seahawks.
Oh yeah, I know. I hate the Rams, but I just hate I hate the fan base, but I've learned to hate fan bases but respect the team. I respect the Niners, regrettably. Yeah, why does it have to be on Thanksgiving? Could it be on another Thursday? Because, watch along prowl is, selfish. Let's be so. No, it's fine. No, I get it. It's cool.
I will say, I remember the last time I believe like the Seahawks and Niners were on Thanksgiving. I'm pretty sure it was 2014, I believe. That was the last
Yeah,
time.
Richard Sherman ate like turkey on our logo, and that was
Yeah,
back when
yeah, I
Niner fans
remember
hated
that.
Sherman.
Now
I
you,
remember that game because I think that was honestly the beginning of the end of like the Harbaugh Niners. That game.
and I
I
was
think that's our season pretty
proud
much
to
ended at
watch
that
the
game.
downfall. I was happy to
Yeah.
watch the downfall. Anyways, but yeah, not a
I
gang.
Also, also one thing I've noticed is it seems like Sherman loves the Niners so much for some reason.
Well, I
I
mean,
don't know, dude always seems to have a positive word for us. And the
and
fans
Seattle, like, he's got positives for both
are you?
Seattle and San Francisco.
Hey, Aiden, are you sure you're
Yeah.
not just Richard Sherman?
I don't think my voice is that deep. And I doubt that Richard Sherman plays hockey.
It's like you just gotta mention that Michael Crabtree is a sorry receiver, and
I'll be honest, he was right. Crabtree was overrated, dude. Our best receiver at that year was Anquan Bolden, and our second best receiver was our tight end Vernon Davis. Hell, I'd probably say Crabs is overrated, dude. Like, dude was not an elite receiver by any means.
wasn't him, as the kiddos say.
Yeah, he wasn't him. Like, during the like our Super Bowl season where we lost to the Ravens, it was I think it was Vernon Davis was like our best receiver. And we also had, well, I mean, Randy Moss was not exactly our number one, but he performed decently. But yeah, Crabtree's overrated. I'm over him. And
Yeah.
honestly, Sherman was right. And we love him here in Ninerland. Funny how the fan base that used to stop obscenities about Sherman is calling him Uncle Sherm now.
Well, I mean, I think Sherman had a special relationship with the players as well. That's something that just can't. That's something you don't really underestimate. And again, Sherman loves the city of Seattle, and he's been repairing his relationship with Pete Carroll to where, at some games he's even on the sidelines with the players and everything. Like, he's still, like, I could see, I mean, I know Sherman's, like, enjoying, the age of TV and being on TV,
But I know for a fact he hates the shit out of Russ, because...
Oh yeah, what's something that needs to be said is Russell Wilson never had a really good relationship. Like, DK Metcalf will still, defend him. He still defends Russell Wilson. He still does to this day. Still, like, there's Seahawks fans that are like talking trash about it. He's like, bro, it's over. Like, let's all move on. He still supports, but it seems like, especially during like the Seahawks heydays with Russell Wilson as the quarterback, it sounds like Russell Wilson had a terrible relationship with the players, with everybody else.
The run the ball game.
Well,
run the ball, run the ball, run the ball.
But I hope Sherman one day goes to the coaching ranks. I mean, at the end of the day, it's easier.
Oh shit! It's the Heat.
The Heat, man, we're not doing so hot. Oh yeah, by the way, season 2 we missed the playoffs, so yeah.
The Heat's gone cold.
But no, this year we're really good.
Anyway, here comes the skull rant, baby, where I talk about the Minnesota Vikings and I say, holy camole, this Josh Dobbs guy, he's pretty good. And I think it's really funny that he's made like these really like quick like mental adjustments like to being like a Minnesota Vikings starting quarterback. And especially when you go back to 2018, like 5 years ago when he was the backup for the Steelers and he looked very unimpressive against the Raiders of all teams, and you kind of have to wonder, is Mike Tomlin that good of a coach even? Or is maybe Kevin O'Connell that good of a coach? Especially because of that excellent first half he had against the New Orleans Saints. By the way, that's 5 wins in a row for the Minnesota Vikings. Exciting stuff, I know. We're actually talking about maybe a playoff push.
I think the
happening.
Vikings should make the playoffs.
Let's take a look at their at Minnesota's remaining opponents, if you don't mind. So obviously tomorrow we have the Denver Broncos on Sunday night. And then the following week we have the Bears at home to take on the that's going to be a Monday night matchup and maybe a watch along, so Nickman and I can exchange words. Then we have a bye week, and then we go to Vegas to take on the Raiders. That should be a fun game, and I think maybe should be a win, honestly. Like, not to brag or anything, we should have JJ back by that point, and yeah, he's good. Next we have the Bengals. We have the Bengals in Cincinnati, and then a game in Detroit in Minnesota, Green Bay in Minnesota, and then the Lions in Detroit. So I could very easily see us at least getting a wild card out of this. And also, especially when we clean up our mistakes like we made in the second half, we got a little too conservative there, I think. And we're I'm personally very thankful that Jameis Winston is still Jameis Winston, because, he threw 2 touchdowns, but he followed that up with 2 interceptions, and I was like, yeah, that's Jameis Winston in a nutshell. But I mean, other than that, hope to get Justin Jefferson back in the mix soon enough. But so far, guys like KJ Osborne, Jordan Addison, and TJ Hawkinson have been doing a great job of stepping up to the plate. In their stead, and I'm very excited to see how they do against a Denver Broncos team that's gotten a bit hot recently. What are your guys' thoughts on the Vikings?
I mean, I don't think much really changes. I think, you got to give credit to Josh Dobbs here, who's been such a blessing, I think, for this team. It's somebody who...
Put some respect on his name. Call him the Pastronaut.
The Pastronaut, too. I think for fans, he's going to be the backup that is always remembered.
He's basically the new generation of Case Keenum.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And in case you forgot how that's spelled, that like my friend Lucas here, it's Keeenum. I see you accidentally typing Keemun.
Whatever. What I know. Like, you're mixing autism with somebody who's dyslexic, so it's a hard combination, especially for somebody like me. It's hard for me.
We have battling neurodivergencies.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If there was a Vikings Seahawks watch along, it would get very ugly very fast.
I don't think it'd be ugly. I mean, you and I have enough respect for each other as individuals to know that, these are my quirks and these are your quirks, and we've known each other for over a year now, to where we can respect both of each other's boundaries and whatnot.
Yeah. Now I make sure to add a respectfully at the end of my self.
Respectfully, yeah. Respectfully, angry. But with respect,
don't play in traffic, you fuck.
Oh. But respectfully, Spencer, I hope you step on a crack and your mama's brack loses some blood or some just slightly gets like one number off of her bingo card, you know.
Plot twist, said crack was a crack rock.
Respectfully, I hope Jake Bobo gets traded to the Rams in the offseason.
Respectfully, I hope that the St. Louis Battlehawks don't have a caca as the law, you know.
Respectfully, I hope you all see Ethan Maul when the Niners win the Super Bowl. Just kidding.
Respectfully, I hope everybody gets what they want for Christmas.
Respectfully, I know where you live.
Oh shit. He's right.
Respectfully, smoke weed every day.
He's right. He knows where I live. Anyways, does anybody have anything else to add?
Oh, hold on. Let me see if I'm trying to remember what I tried to do.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, the battle of the California ACC Tank Bowl was won by Cal, which honestly is surprising, and apparently San Jose State's bowl eligible. We won 6 games.
I mean, if Cal beats UCLA next week, they will be bowl eligible.
Oh, come on. Okay, you know what? I've learned to just shrug and accept that it could possibly happen. But yeah, San Jose State's bowl eligible, so at least one of my teams is bowl eligible.
Yeah. I mean, next year I think it's gonna be interesting for the West Coast college teams. I mean, no matter how you slap at it, the ACC is probably like the weakest of the Power 5 conferences. At least nowadays.
Imagine if Cal winds up dominating the ACC and everyone starts mauling.
I think if anything, Cal might win 7 games next year. Your quarterback's really good. Well, not good, but like passable enough.
Not passable because it's a quarterback. Do you get it?
Yeah.
See, I say bad. I say bad puns, and then I say stupid shit.
Well, that's because I don't know if it's a bad pun or if you're just dyslexic as shit.
I mean, it's like half the time, you know. I'm trying my best, and then I get told that, well, you fucking suck at spelling, kill yourself.
Oh my god.
Well, I mean,
Death is a preferable alternative to bad spelling. What the fuck? God damn. Okay.
Hold on.
Spencer, you forgot to add respectful. You forgot to add respectful.
In Minecraft, Mr. Squidward, in Minecraft.
I got the most sickle outcome ever. If Cal is bowl eligible, what if Cal and San Jose State face off in a bowl game?
That could happen.
Now we get to see which team is more deserving of being bowl eligible.
Actually, that could happen. I think San Jose State and Cal would be a good game.
Yeah. Whoever wins goes to the ACC. Whoever loses gets demoted to the Mountain West.
I mean, let's be honest. Cal would love the Mountain West. San Jose State would die. The loser's gonna die in the ACC at least next year.
The loser has to go to the Pac-2.
Pac-2, baby. I mean, I just think if you look at it just situationally just look at, like, the Pac-2 sounds like it's such a bad scenario. I will never see how Washington State and Oregon State just didn't apply to join the Big 10 or the Big 12. I don't get it. Instead, they're huffing and puffing and going, fine. We don't need you in the Pac-12 anyways. I mean, it's cute for now, but I feel like in this off season they should totally try to get into the Big 12 or Big 10 for future years. I just like, come on. It's all
It'll be
about
so over when a Pac-2 team wins the national championship.
wins the Natty. Maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, you fucking.
I mean, with like if they go like 12, like 11-1, like they will be, and they're expanding it to 12 teams next year. So next year is the year we're getting 12 teams, which was this year. But I mean, fine, whatever. So I mean, we'll see what happens. Should be fun. Should be fun. All right, does anybody have anything else to add?
I think we should talk about the subject that's in the thumbnail.
Oh
first.
shoot! Right, everybody's hurt.
Yeah.
Everybody's hurt, just like when Spencer hurts my feelings whenever he tells me my spelling is bad, and then I cry like a little bitch.
He has to go on IR for hurt feelings.
Yeah, my Fifi's got hurt.
IR, huh? Oh well, on the Niners, Aaron Banks is injured, but somehow John Feliciano has been able to replace him.
I mean, it's not even that. If you just take like of the most important positions, like the quarterback, how many guys are out? Like what? Like Deshaun Cosby's out for the season. We don't feel bad about that.
Deshaun Cosby.
Did you like that nod I added on the thumbnail where
No one feels bad about Deshaun Cosby being hurt. I mean, on top of that, you have like Joe Burrow being like we looked at the play where he presumably got hurt. Yeah, it's like a potential nerve that got damaged during like the hit for like the throwing motion, and all of a sudden like couldn't throw to save his life, you know. Well, it's
unfortunate.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. It's
and also 2 quarterbacks that went out with Achilles tears.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron Rodgers and Kirk Cousins.
Yeah.
It's really unfortunate what's been happening. I do just want to say, because I am heading off now, the video you see in the general chat, yeah, I did record that. Yeah, I can hear the cars. That's proof that I can hear the cars very clearly from where I'm at.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Did you dox yourself like Luke did?
Nope.
Nope. I mean, I had to show a very fun monument of a counter protest for my fellow people and supporters of the LGBTQIA+ community.
Yes.
And you're such an ally, you doxed yourself.
Yes. Well, don't call me an ally. I just they have better beliefs. I still am learning. Me still learning. But anyways, moving on. Injuries stink. I'm sorry we need to go into it. I feel like like talking about the F phrase, the Formula One was just kind of the big boy.
Thing. In hindsight, I should have made the.
I think we'll save this thumbnail and theme for next week, for another time. I think we'll probably just change everything, but
I'm sorry for.
It's okay. It's okay. We'll talk more about injuries next week, but just with Formula One being like the sicko's paradise of being an absolute dumpster fire was just kind of the theme that kind of just in my mind took over.
You know what? Just for you lovely people, next week I will design a F1 themed thumbnail.
Yeah, but I'll probably use it for now. I'll probably use this. We'll talk more about injuries next week. But Spencer, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Spencer.
It's okay.
It's kind of F1 took like a full hour. It took a full. I'm not mad at it. It was just I'm interested in just the dumpster fire of that is F1 and how I think I know they race around the world, but I think they might limit their options into America next year.
Wait, Luke, Spencer, instead of Pac-2, you know what, Colorado, you know what Washington State and Oregon State should name it to?
The Whining 2?
Tupac. Tupac.
Shit.
Tupac, you right.
Damn, that's good. Yeah,
Anyways, I believe that's
like
going
the,
to do it for us this week. Next week we'll talk more about the actual subject at hand.
and I will
It'll be
have a sweet fucking sicko ass thumbnail.
Yeah, we'll
To
talk
go
more
with
about
this
how
match.
funny, like, F1 is already being a shit show, which,
We'll probably have more to talk about with F1. So
Yeah.
look for F1 Part 2.
F1 Part 2, next week, but anyways, I'm really looking forward to more when the XFL and USFL get into it, because, good lord, we need to have hopefully a completely beautiful matchup that rivaled Vipers Guardians. I'm praying for that.
Mr. B!
I'm praying for that because it's just a special place, you know.
There's a very special place in our heart for how that was just like peak fucking cinema.
That game was incredible. Anyways, we'll see you guys next week. Don't forget to not touch grass. Call your mother every once in a while. She misses you and loves you.